in stores and stealing. And, the little bodegas and things like that, buy it. You can go into bars, sell things.
It's a rough life here, isn't it?
I wouldn't thank God I'm gay, because a lot of the women out here, there's about one thing they can do. And I tried, I can't.
Yeah. Was there anything in your childhood that happened that maybe set you on the spot?
No, it was a little later in life. When I had come home, a friend from 20 years, I got roofied, and his father is head of the DA. I went to the hospital, I had a rape kit, everything was in. It was lost in court. So, then I got raped again. Getting high with people, and these are people that I had known. They weren't family, but I had known them for, honest to God, 20 years. We were little kids going to school together, Wasn't a dumb child. I went to a special school when I stayed with my grandparents. I got to go because of intelligence, an enrichment program, but it's really a school that they pay for it. People with money. And I was actually pretty good at school. I graduated 6 months early. I went to college twice. And that's another problem. Like, when you go to college, it doesn't matter. Like, once you're in trouble with the law, it's over. Everything that you worked hard for, it's out the window. And my mother passed away from cancer. And I remember telling God, I'll do anything in those foxhole prayers. And I got clean while she was slowly deteriorating in the hospital. And I never turned back when she passed away. So, and even though my mother I had a shitty upbringing with my mother. It's weird how we love our mothers.
Did you have dreams of doing something else with your life?
Absolutely.
What did you want to do?
I wanted to join the military, actually, when I was very young. The military, thank you, sir. I played basketball when I was in high school. I was actually quite good. And I thought that was going to get me through college. And I got into the car accident when I was 16. And I can barely run now. So that was kind of out the window.
Is this your lowest point right now?
Yeah, 100%.
You're afraid of losing your arm probably, right?
That wouldn't be my biggest fear, to be quite honest. Of course, that is one of my concerns. But my biggest fear is I don't want to die like this. I don't want to be known for this. I'm going to do more than this. I know in my heart's good. I know that. I don't care what people say, because we do a lot of shit out here that normal people wouldn't do. And you wouldn't do to another human being. But it's what it is. It's terrifying to go into withdrawal. And I smoke crack, I do the fentanyl, I mean, downers are my number one, the fentanyl and things. I also smoke crack, and I have a bad benzo habit. And when I don't get my benzos, I have seizures. So, we had a bed yesterday at Penn Foundation, and like they had told my wife, take these, take a Xanax, at least you'll get something immediately as opposed to waiting for the 24 hours. She doesn't take that, and she's already had so much dope in her. So her lips are blue. And they put her in what they call the tank, which is like a drunk tank, I guess the police would call it. And she started turning blue. And they put her in there and closed the door and pushed me out. And I said, is someone in there with her? That same woman came out to get my information. I said, who's checking on her? Now, I've heard of stories of a young boy just died not too long ago from them not watching him and him swallowing the pill so he didn't get arrested. And then that. Good friend of mine died down here in Philadelphia when we were kids. He swallowed the drugs and we said, we got to get him to the hospital. He swallowed everything we had. And he died at 22. So, because they wouldn't take him. So.
Do you still speak with your family?
Pardon me?
Do you still speak with your family?
I was actually speaking to my father when I encountered you. And my dad I've had a 302 him when my mother passed away. It was just, he was done. He's nuts. And I hate to say that, but the love of his life is dead. And he would spend 14 hours at the cemetery. Like, everyone's like, where's Larry? Where's Larry? And he would just be sitting there talking to her. So I had to, he tried to kill himself and I had to put him away. And he wants me to come live with him, which is, it's not that I wouldn't want to if my father was sick or ill, but he's on a lot of medications and he has no problem giving them to me. So I might as well just stay here. What's the difference? All I do is, So.
What kind of emotions do you go through living this life?
Last night really fucked me up. I've been doing this 20-something years. I've never slept in an abando, and I'm not trying to down anybody. I never thought I was better than anybody. I usually have car, job, things like this. And it was just like shit just piles up, like snowballing, like all these years. I've had to hustle and I've had nice clothes and I've been able to pull it off. And it's like, obviously the end of the road. And to be quite, I keep it 100%. I don't even like doing this shit like I used to. Like, I'm over it. But at this point, my body won't let me stop. And there's so many of us out there waiting to go somewhere, and there's just not enough places for us to go. And I think that Philadelphia could easily shut this down and help all of us if they wanted to. When we had COVID and people were looting, the Marines were here and we were shut down. You can't pick everybody up and put them somewhere. I don't believe that. And then if they don't want to go, send them, hey, you just can't do it here. So I think there's a lot of corruption and things of that nature. I believe they could stop it if they wanted to. Absolutely. And gentrification, they're pushing these folks out and everything like that. They're just going to end up in another area.
What was your favorite memory as a child?
Playing basketball, being good at something, playing chess. My grandma raised me till I was 9. And everything good, my manners, everything I can remember about being good, and like her checking my homework, and came from her, And then the abuse my father used to. I would be trying to protect my mom. He would choke me out. And I actually stabbed my father, which is not in my nature. So I've had to do a lot of things that you just don't want to do. But I was honest, if we're keeping it honest, my mother gave me my first drugs. Even though I had stole the cocaine in the beginning, I had a problem with fighting at school. I got bullied a lot. And she would be like, calm down, take some Ativans, take some Xanax, you need to relax. And she co-signed a lot of my bullshit. you know, because in ways it benefited her, you know. On the run, which is another thing. My wife's family, they came to get us the other day. And, of course, I wasn't allowed to come, and we will not separate. We know that being married, we can't be together, but we want to be in the same facility. They just want me out of their life.
How does that make you feel?
I don't blame them. Everyone wants something good for their daughter and their kids, but
She's addicted as well?
she was addicted before I met her. I don't know how you can blame me. And when I first met her 12 years ago, we were in a facility and I had been released from prison. And we got caught messing around. I fell in love with her as soon as I saw her. And when I did, we got caught. I had lied and I said that I had been locked up and I had used her and that I, you know, not to get her in trouble. And she had gotten 4 years clean from that. Because I figured she had a child, she had a family who cared. I was going back to jail anyway. Why not take the blame? And I did 11 months, 21 days for that. And she looked for me that whole time I was gone. So I believe she's my soulmate. She's a good girl. And I want a normal life. I want these things that people have. You know, kids and family, and my heart is in it. I just don't know what the fuck to do. I don't know what to do. Yeah, and it's killing me, and everyone is so mad that when you go to these facilities, like if you would, pardon me, I'm sorry, if you would actually figure out and keep these people comfortable, and then when they get out of there, give them an ID, give them a chance. There's so many more things I believe that could be done. You know, show us some life, show us some happiness. Because when you get kicked out of prison, you don't have an ID, we just get dropped on the street. And what are we gonna do? You know, show up for a job homeless, stinky, nowhere to stay. You know, I think that there could be so much more done to help Philadelphia. And it's so easy. You know, maybe we could get a little job beforehand and leave before we're paroled. You know, to start to work, save money. Show us how to pay a bill. Show us how to do things. I believe if I had just a little bit of happiness, if I could find just a little bit, because my wife is my only happiness. If I had something more, you know? And I don't want to kill myself. People are like, you're killing yourself. That is not the intention, you know? But
You've OD'd?